spray side in here. All right, see what I'm saying? Coming in. All right. So today we are discussing the most critically acclaimed topic of the year. And if you've been watching any news about anything with the music industry, you would just know, you would find out that Suno just did a deal, which is Suno is the AI music tool that we're gonna be using today. They just did a deal with Warner Brothers, and I don't know exactly what that entails yet because I haven't dived all the way deep. But I know it's important, and I know, from my eyes, it's the big brother trying to say, you know what, I like what you're doing, but I would like it even more if we can make money together. So that's it's probably just what happened. They probably gonna regulate it a little bit more, So I know I caught it early, which it was brand new. It was like at Suno 2.5 or something, you know what I mean? But so I mean, it's a lot of people that don't like it. It's a lot of people that love it, right? But my thing is, it's just like a VST on your computer, right? It's no different. It just does a little bit more and gives you a little bit more access to things you would not have if you just didn't use it, right? So let's talk about it. Like I have Jalen here. I have Lincoln. Lincoln is a designer of AI, but I don't even know what he does. That's how he's in it though.
Yeah,
And
I'll
Jalen,
explain some of that. So
yeah, he's gonna go over it, man. But Jalen's an expert prompter, man. He makes a lot of dope. He's a writer, obviously. Jalen, a writer, and then he makes crazy prompts. He makes the song what it is by generating the prompt. So today, I want to show you guys the simplest way to operate this Suno tool. Like I said, if you haven't got it yet, you need to go sign up. You can sign up, they give you 50 credits. So it's free. So not free, but it'll give you 50 credits. You don't have to dive all the way in it to see what it does, right? So I would love if everybody does that. Um, like I said, we're using Suno because that's the most popular tool right now. Everybody, what it was called? I want to say UDO or something. UDO and Suno was the top two as far as music creation. And Suno to me is a better tool system, like overall. Like it does a lot of different stuff. And like I said, we'll be using this tool because you're gonna have to sign up regardless. Because Friday, your assignment will involve using Suno, and we'll go deeper into that. All right. So first, I would love if Michaela, if you said hello to the class, that'd be great. You're the new guy, the girl on the block. It'll be great if you just said hello. I'm Michaela.
Everybody. My name is Michaela. I know it's been a while since I've been in the class. Just been busy with graduation stuff,
Okay.
but I've been playing piano since second grade. I went to Jackson State for college, played in the Sonic
Oh,
Boom 4 years, and just been teaching the last couple years since graduating in undergrad.
that's what's up. So you teach piano?
I teach general music.
That's what's up. We definitely gonna need your expertise in here. You know what I mean? Because what was we doing last week? Class on last Monday. Well, if y'all can tell them.
We was practicing the F scale.
Yes, minor and major, because a lot of these guys don't really know about that. So we introducing that aspect to this class. Music has to be the center of what we doing. You know what I'm saying? It's the music business. It's the music industry. So everything else matters, but you also have to know what you're talking about with the music. So let's go here. For those who have not used it yet, I'm about to show you the whole setup. I'm gonna show you how to make whatever we need to make, you know, and show you exactly like, what you can do. You can get stems and all this kind of stuff to do exactly what we need to do. So can y'all see the screen? Y'all see Suno?
yeah,
All right. So it's nothing special, right? It looks just like, oh, what do you do? But it's very technical. And I'ma just, you know, obviously how I like to use it, it says audio right here. It says upload, record, or choose from your library. So literally, you could upload a beat, you could upload a song, you could upload a whistle, You could upload a click of your heels. I don't know what it is. Whatever you want to do, you can upload it to this, and it's gonna use whatever you uploaded as an influence to whatever you're trying to make. Literally, it's that wide open. It's not no specific thing you have to do. You don't have to use it. You don't have to use the audio function. But as a producer, as somebody who likes to play different, stuff, melodies and stuff, it's always a plus because it's you just using it as a tool at that point. You're not using it for general creation. You know what I'm saying? You're using it for literally, I want this to be a part of this new creation, but it's something I came up as a human. Because a lot of people are always talking about, oh, it's gonna be missing the human aspect and all this kind of stuff, but y'all gonna see. All right. So I mean, like, who hasn't used it? Has anybody used it yet, or who hasn't used it? I would love to know.
I mean, I've used it.
Okay.
I've used it.
Yeah, I know you used it.
I haven't used it.
I have had experimented with it with my When I Debut song, and I like the direction that it took my song in because it gave like different variations of it.
For sure, and that's kind of like, and like you said, you're not, for what Jaylin has been doing, like that's, I don't know if y'all heard of the girl Zena Monet, right? The girl they said they gave the $3 million to for her AI artist or whatever. That is probably going to be the future of how people associate this music, because it's showing that you really don't need the person to sell the music these days. A lot of times a song will go viral, we don't even know who the person is. We don't know who the artist is, so it's a catch-22 to it, because I feel like you still should use it as a tool. But for like what Jaylin is doing, he is making artists. I'm making artists. Me and him are making artists, and it's getting to the point where you really can't notice it. You know what I'm saying? And it's scary because we're just, like I said, we're at the beginning stages of operation when it comes to AI. Like they just gave it to us a couple years ago, literally. You know what I'm saying? So this is the future tech. They're pushing in our face, and a lot of people don't like it because it does kind of mimic a lot of different voices, and it does so much. Like literally, we can make a song right here and we don't have to do nothing to it. But what I'm gonna show y'all is it's better to add to it first and then have the human aspect and then use the tool to do what it's gonna do. That was a lot, but
can I chime in real quick?
Yes.
So like you were saying about Zania Monet, I literally just talked to her A&R 2 days ago, and what he was saying was like the independent labels that are not backed by the major labels are trying to have a bunch of faceless artists. So like they was trying to encourage me to be a avatar artist, and then to post and do all this stuff on social media and to push the song. And then once they see the traction it gets, then that's when they want to put money behind you.
I mean, that makes sense. Like, because like I said to last week, like these artists are starving because they can't make money off streaming, and it's so impossible to make money off streaming. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to put a lot of money into it. You have to get on playlists. That's the main driver of getting streams. And it's so many different ways to get playlists and get streams, and it not being real, but you still have to spend money to get that. So if we talking about music business, the whole idea is, just like any other business or industry, you got to get a return on your investment. Otherwise, why invest? You know what I'm saying? So the mindset has to be, how am I going to get my $100 back that I spent on this or that? Or I did a photo shoot and I did album copies. How am I going to get my money back? How is this set up? Okay, we just learned. Okay, we get publishing, we get all these different things. You can get but your song got to get popular. It takes a lot for your song to get popular, but that's why we have tools like social media. That's why the chances go up if you make an engaging content, right? So that's the thing with the AI artists. They can make realistic, engaging content without humans involved, which is, like I said, it's a catch-22. But as producers, as artists, we have to put it inside our cipher too now. Because if we don't, then guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna consider us null and void. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people are confused right now because they don't know what to do. We can make 1,000 beats in an hour and a half with this tool. So what is that? What are you gonna do that's different from this? You see what I'm saying? What we should do is make this our friend and not our enemy. Because when you can't beat them, what they say, join them. And this is not a bad thing. It's only because, okay, we have to make this work for us and not the opposite way, because that's how it's going to be in a minute. Just like Jalen said, they probably got 50 people generating songs for one AI artist, because now it's about catalog now. Because that girl, she probably sold a whole catalog for $3 million and said, bye, because I can go do it again. You see what I'm saying? So, and as an artist or as a producer who writes, this is a tool for you to create your own references and to create your own songs without having an outside influence. Like, you don't need an artist to say, oh, let me write to this. If you have an idea, you can write to it. Get with a writer like Jalen or get somebody who knows how to write the songs. You know what I'm saying? Now you got the beat with the songs. You can shop that. Now you can shop it to a sync license. You can shop it to, anybody. You know what I mean? And what's the difference? Especially the fact that you're going to be giving it the audio, because that's what I'm going to teach y'all tonight. Like, we have to give it the audio. We can't just generate and not use some kind of human aspect to it. What up, Miko? Miko in here.
Yo.
Class, that's my boy Miko, man. He popped in, but put your mic on mute though real fast, so it be getting feedback.
Okay, I got you.
But now, yeah, man. So without further ado, I think I talked enough. That's a great intro. Thank you, Jalen, for chiming in. I'm gonna just give y'all a very simple display of what we can do. All right, let's go. Let me see what I got to download in here. Let's see. Cause also, remember I was talking about that community pack. I'm still interested in that. Like, I still want to do the community pack, and I'm gonna create the Dropbox too, man. Cause like, I think that'd be dope. Like, we would have everybody throw their own sounds in there, and then you inspire somebody else. It's pretty dope. All right, so let me just use the audio, so you can use any audio. I'm gonna just pick something real fast because I don't want to take all night to show y'all this. I can't use that. Oh, these are probably something I didn't use before. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's Kevin Dave. We're gonna use his just for example. Yes, you see how they do all that? All they're doing is basically checking their whole, like, they're gonna check the whole internet to see if this exists out there. So this is all original stuff. All right, so that's that. I just picked a loop. One of my boys, Kevin Dave, gave me a loop pack, and I just used that. So for this, we're gonna extend it. We're not gonna do a cover yet. Make an audio longer. So we're gonna extend it and continue. All right, somebody give me, based off what you heard, give me some words. Give me a topic. It was like a rock, right? Anybody?
90s rock band.
All right, 90s rock band. Let's go. Give me some words.
Rebellion.
Okay.
Like nonsense, like playing.
Rebellion. All right, what else? I'm gonna say, I can't take it no more. See, this part to me is fun because now you can literally write whatever you want to write, really. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we're gonna start right there just because that's something. And I say, oh, this is very simple. Jalen is super, out there with it. I ain't gonna lie. His stuff be like he be having intros and all kind of stuff, man. I figured it out, but he's way better at it than me. All right, so we said 1990s rock, and let me see with trap changes. I'm gonna say with trap. Why not? This is easy. Everybody can do trap. Rock and trap. All right, let's see. Advanced options. Vocal gender, we're gonna say male. Lyrics, mode, manual. See, this is it's super intricate. Weirdness, we're gonna say no. I don't want the weirdness. I want to sound like more like what I just gave it. Style influence, audio influence. I'm gonna turn that up, and we got that. So we hit create, and we let it do its magic. Right? That's how simple it is. And it literally, whatever you want it to do in your mind, you can manifest it within seconds. And let's see. They gave us 2 options. They gave us 2 different things. You know what I mean? So, you know how people use Splice and we use all these different, loops and all this stuff. Like literally, you could use this, which I'm going to have y'all do, and make as many loops as you wanted to. Like you could literally, if you wanted to, as a producer, say, you know what? I want to make a beat pack. I want to make a loop pack. I want to make a drums pack. Like, I mean, it's so many possibilities to use this thing. And they're basically saying like, they're a subscription company. Let's just call it what it is. They do not care about your rights as a musician because they're going to make billions of dollars every month. Literally, just like Netflix, just like Apple Music, just like Spotify. We paying $10 to $15 a month to use this tool. And if 100,000 people or more, or like you said, 1 million people, or 100 million, that's how many users Spotify use, 100 million, and people $10 a month, you're getting $1 billion a month at minimum. Not including all the extra stuff they're doing with, Warner now. So let's hear the 2 examples. Let me see if y'all can hear this.
I can't take it no more.
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay. So that is a very short one because what's going to happen is
I can't take it no.
You gotta write all the lyrics out, right? So they used to watch. I'm gonna show you. So we're on version 5 right now. If I went to version 3.5, they would probably give me a full song or at least the whole beat. So I'm gonna just create another one, but I'll show y'all the next one too. 3.5 is a little like when I say they scaling it down and they probably gonna limit a lot of stuff, it's probably gonna be through these updates. Because like me and Jalen always talk about how, it's a little better with the old ones because they give you a little bit more to work with. But obviously it's cleaner with the new ones. It's a little bit more crispy, but they like to play with you a lot. I ain't gonna lie. They'll give you some halfway stuff and then you like, oh man, that's not what I wanted. But let's hear the second one.
I can't take it no more.
Oh, that's crazy. Woo! They killed that. Woo! I ain't gonna lie, these drums are crazy. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So that's almost a hit record, right? So what we would do, let's just say I like that. I'm gonna play the other ones though. It just give you a different like so you can see the difference. This is the older one. This is version 3.5. And I gave the same amount of songs. Words. All right, so let's go to this last one, and then my example. idea. Let's turn it to now. Let's turn it to a country song. Let me just give y'all an example of how versatile this thing could be. Country ballad. Let's give it 2 more lines. Somebody give me 2 more lines. Rebellion. He not even saying rebellion. Let's make it say that, I guess. Hold on. I'm gonna put hook. And then rebellion. I can't take it no more. Ready to settle the score. I don't know, y'all.
I'm ready for so much more.
Ready for so much more. There you go. Thank you.
It's time to kick down the door.
Heck yeah. Come on. Some more. It's time to kick down the door. Down the door. All right. I said Tim. He definitely would have said Tim. So that's another thing. It got to be so on point because it is gonna say it's gonna say whatever you put in here. All right, country ballad.
I had some more to add, Chevy.
Oh boy.
And just look to the
All
lyrics.
right. Let's see what you got.
These chains can't hold me down.
These chains can't. These. I think I need to erase one line. Let's see. Let's take rebellion out.
Yeah, let's take rebellion out.
Yeah, it'll start. I can't take no more. Ready to settle the score. Ready for so much more. It's time to kick down the door. Okay, perfect. These chains, what?
These chains can't hold me down.
Can't hold me down. Okay.
10 toes, I'm standing on the ground.
10 toes, I'm standing on the ground. What I said? And I said something about
these haters mad, they can't jack my sound.
Haters mad, they can't jack my sound. I said, so go ahead. Just fix my crown. I don't know. I wanted to say something else, but I ain't gonna say it. Fix my crown. All right, let's go. Let me put 4 O's because it's got to be even. Let's make it even. Give me a random key too. Give me like give me something like
D minor.
E minor. See what I'm saying? Let's make it 100 BPM. This is very light because I tell them, Jalen, while I'm typing how intricate prompting can be. Please.
Look, I can put 146 prompts on one. Like, for real. You can make it very specific. So like you got to know what you want, and when it's my turn to talk, I'll let y'all know how I prompt and how I find my sound.
All right. Well, shoot. Yeah, I'm about to let you have the floor. I'm just giving the example, the field test right here, if you will. All right, so let's create that. I just put violin solo or something at the end. Let's see what it do. This is on 3.5. I'm gonna change it back to which one you use right now, Jalen?
5.0.
5.0. Let's see. Let's create it. Let's see what's going on. All right, so we got the 90s rock. And after this, I actually show y'all how to take the stems, and that's one of the most important things. So like having an account is gonna be good for you. Like you said, if you use Splice and you pay them $10 a month, I wouldn't say stop, but definitely give this a month try with creating your own stuff. You did what I'm saying? So therefore, you don't just use pre-made things. This is all new stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go over that with y'all. All right. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the audio out. I don't want the audio no more. I want to use regular. So let's take the audio out because that wasn't country at all. That was still the same thing. So this is without the audio. Obviously, they could create it with new audio and with your same lyrics, and it's gonna be close to country ballad, acoustic, E minor, 100 BPM.
The stems on 5.0 are much cleaner.
Okay. In seconds, though. So let's talk about it before I continue to play it. You know how much time it would have took us to get a violinist, a guitarist, write the song, make sure the person who's singing it sings the song correctly, recording it, mixing it. You see what I'm saying? Time is completely compressed. Now, whatever comes to your head, it can literally manifest in seconds. And to me, that is what we need as the fast-paced world continues to get faster. It's not going to slow down, guys. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why I said use this as a tool, because we need to be just as fast as this. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have to be able to create the same magical moments that this will be able to without us, because they're doing it already, and they're showing you that we're going to pay top dollar for this type of stuff, and it is what it is. All right, let's go back. All right, let's play it.
I can't take it no more.
Come on.
Ready to settle the
Come on, TJ.
score. Ready for so much more.
And that'll hit.
It's time to kick down the door.
Come on now.
These chains can't hold me down.
Jalen, we about to
10-toe, I'm standing on the ground. Haters mad they can't jag my sound.
Oh, you killed that line.
So go ahead, just fix my crown.
That's it. If you give it more words and you type out your lyrics, it'll create the whole song. But if like I like to experiment, so I just do a couple sounds here and there, a couple words, see how it's gonna sound, and then I start writing. But as you can see, literally, like, as a producer, if I was going to like, say, okay, I'm going to Nashville, right? And they like, hey man, do you have any country records? I'm like, sure, man. No, I don't. But guess what? I might not have them. But that day, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get on here and create me a country record from scratch and give them the bare minimum so they can hear what the idea is, and then we can go and recreate the whole thing. You see what I'm saying? That's just how good it is. Like, it's very, like, that is a hit to me. I would definitely, like, this would be a song that I would use as an AI record because it's so good. All right, let's do the other one just for fun. So another thing, like I said, as a producer, you can take that right there, sample it, put it in your own beat, and do what you want with that. You see what I'm saying? That's what we finna get into. We finna get y'all really creating just the craziest stuff you can imagine, whatever you want to create, and see what comes out of it. That violin.
I can't take it no more. Ready to settle the score. Ready for so much more.
Let it go.
It's time to kick down the door. These chains can't hold me down. 10-toe, I'm standing on the ground.
Okay, man.
Haters mad they can't jack my sound. So go ahead, just fix my crown.
Ain't hit my old. That's amazing to me. All right. So that is the basic way to use Suno. Literally, it's user friendly for a reason. They literally want everybody to use this stuff. All right. It's just really you got to have an imagination. Like you can't go in it and just be doing, oh, I just want to trap. I just want to trap. I just want to like, no, bro. You got to be just use your imagination. This should help you or make you go listen to different types of music. If you get what I'm saying, like go over the world, go across the world, listen to different types of things that you could say, oh, this kind of instrument, oh, this sound. Let me merge some of that stuff to what I'm doing. This machine can literally create whatever music you want it to create. Like I don't know how else to say it. You like it can create anything you want to create. So I would highly suggest you get in the wave now, because the next wave is going to be 10 times more faster, 10 times more advanced than this right now. You see what I'm saying? So that's just it. Like we have to be involved in what's going on or we're going to be left behind. And that's, I'm not willing to see you guys get left behind because y'all capable of using it. Everybody can use it. So I'm gonna hand the floor to Lincoln first, and then we'll go to Jalen. Lincoln, what do you actually do? Like,
okay, well, and I have a little presentation, but I'll need to screen share for that. I think you have to close yours and then give me like permission.
Okay.
It says awaiting for an approval.
Where I find it?
You'd probably have to go back to the school page. I'm not sure.
It is.
I don't know what the presenter side looks like. But while you're figuring that out, in terms of what I do, so what I do right now, it's called data annotation, and it's basically just like telling the AI, like think of it as an advanced version of, you know how on ChatGPT or even on Suno there, how there's like a like and a dislike button,
right?
On after you get a result, and you can like if you think the result was bad, you can dislike it, and then it like tells the model, oh, do less of that. It's like a more in-depth version of that. So I'm going in and I'm just training the models and telling them like, hey, this part was good, this part was bad, and it is like it's just a detailed version of that. And I will also like create prompts that are specifically designed to break the model and get it to do something that it's not supposed to do, so that then I can give it like a correct answer, and I might have to write out like a whole prompt as if I was an AI to tell it like, oh, that's what a good response looks like, and things like that.
That's crazy.
And then, I also have a data science certification from MIT, and data science.
Never know, y'all.
Data science is like adjacent to building AI in the sense that like a lot of data science techniques have you doing machine learning, which is functionally the same thing. With that, it's still waiting for the approval.
I don't know what to approve. That's crazy. It ain't showing up.
Can you like click on the 3 dots above me? Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right, allow audio, allow screen sharing. Jesus,
there we go.
That is
perfect.
Boy, the stuff I don't know. That's fine.
Trying to figure out which one to share here. Probably here. Let me try this one, and then can you guys see the presentation, or are you seeing something else?
Absolutely, you're seeing it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So yeah, so if we go in here, I want to start by just like kind of explaining the back end of AI in a super like simplified way. And if you guys have questions, feel free to ask them at any point because it can get confusing. I can't see the chat right now though, so if someone asks a question in chat, if someone else could read it out loud, that would be great.
Okay.
But basically, It's pretty similar to how we like learn in school, right? You're going to have training data, and then you're going to essentially test the AI, and then after that it's just going to predict what comes next in the pattern based off of what happened during the training and the testing phase. And so if we come here, like let's say we had our training data, and we'll use math as an example, right? And inside the training data, you would say like 1 plus 1 equals 2, right? And 2 plus 3 equals 5. And you would go on and you would just give it a really big list of training data. And then the tests, on the test side, you would have test data. And the test data would say like 1 plus 1 equals question mark. And then the model would have to respond to it. And some of the questions in the test might be questions that were not given in the data. So now it has to try and guess based off of the training data and make like inferences and figure out, okay, I didn't learn this, but what is the most likely answer given what I did learn? And then at the very end of the test, it's going to be given like an accuracy score, right? Like 90% or whatever the percentage is. And that will determine whether or not it like the developers are ready to release it, or if they want to keep giving it more training data. And there is some like back end algorithms and whatnot that are like going on behind the scenes. That is how it actually like detects a pattern, but that is like really technical knowledge, and I don't think that that's important to understand. I think the most important thing to understand is just the training data and the testing data, and that it becomes a prediction. And we can actually use this picture over here as an example. And if we think about like the music context, like think of these, can you see my mouse, or can you only see the, okay.
See everything.
Think of these things at the bottom as these are essentially your prompt words, right?
Okay.
And then these up here are all of the possible outputs, right? So let's say you put in, hey, I want C major, a song in C major down here. Then these would, like each of these branches would represent, okay, what is the second chord that's going to come after the root C chord? And it could be like any of the 12 notes in the scale, right? It could be A, B, it could be another C, it could be D, it could be D flat. Even if it's not in the key, that's technically one of the possible options out here, right?
For sure.
And so these are all the options. And then like take this purple one. Now this purple one is something else. So that could be like, oh, I want a hip hop beat. Or a trap beat, right? And now you see how they kind of overlap here.
Right.
Then the model is going to be able to say, okay, C major, and then say, all right, in C major, what next key typically aligns with a trap beat?
Hip hop.
And then it will pick that. Yeah. And then like maybe over here, this third one could be instrument. So like piano. And then it will just find the point that's the closest between all of them, and that is what it will output, right? And so if we come over here, another kind of, that did not go where I wanted it, but that's okay. Another example is like, let's say we take like ChatGPT, a large language model, because it's easier to understand. And let's say for the training data, we gave it the sentence, JRead is, wow, it's typing extra I's for some reason, the greatest producer ever, right? And that's our first sentence.
Okay.
And then we gave it a second sentence over here that was like, the orange fox jumped over a fence. And then these are our two kind of training data sentences. If they're the only sentences in our training set, and then we ask it the question, the question mark, what are the only words that come after the in our training sets, right? We have greatest, yeah, and orange. And so if our prompt is just the blank, then it's going to have a 50% chance of giving us greatest, and it's going to have a 50% chance of giving us orange, right? And if we change this to the, so the orange fox jumped over the fence, now it's going to add fence in, and it's going to change them all to 33%, right?
Right.
And so that's like a really simple version of kind of like what's going on behind the scenes.
Right.
And so if we put that in a music context now, if we go back to our like C major example, if you say, hey, C major is our chord, then maybe 65% of the time the second chord is D. Or maybe it's F 35%. And these are random numbers. I don't know the actual percentage. But when it's analyzing all of the music that's ever been put into it, it will say, oh, like these are the percentage chances. And the thing is, though, is it's not going to pick the most common one all of the time, because if it did, that would be boring, and you would get the exact same response every single time you prompted it, right? You'd get the exact same song. Right. So it is going to change it up a little bit, but that's also where prompting, and what Jaylin is going to talk about, is really important, is because now you can say C major, but make the chord progression unique. And then it's more likely to pick these other ones instead of the most common one, because it knows what the most common one is, right?
Right.
And if you said like make it super, super, super unique, then it might actually go and pick like voice crack, might pick a B flat there, which is out of the C major chord, but it's doing that because you said make it super, super unique, right? So it might be saying, oh, I'm going to pick something that now is like a really, really low chance, right? But that's the thing, is at the end of the day, you're controlling it, you're steering it, you're telling it what to do. And it's doing it, once you've tell it what to do, it's just doing pattern recognition on a really, really large set of data. And so that's kind of like the background. Are there any questions there before I kind of go into the next?
No questions.
Yeah, I ain't got none. That was like to like put that together with, you know, just the ideas that are out there now. It's like it's a human brain at this point, because it's been out about a couple years, like just on the main market, and the amount of things that people have fed this machine, like you said, I feel like it's like the hive brain right now, because everybody who has used it, putting their thoughts and their emotions into it, is like, it's getting so many things to learn from. It's gonna be, I feel like it's one of the best things. Like, the main thing I use AI for right now is contracts, because nobody can lie to you anymore. You can't even, you know, your lawyer, your manager, nobody will be able to lie to you or tell you something is what it is and it's not. So the fact that, like you said, man, this is one of the greatest creations, you know, outside of, you know, the sliced bread, as they like to say. Like, this is it. Like, y'all, I'm telling you, like, for everyday, you know, just stuff like finding out how to get into different content making or whatever you want to do, literally, it's there to assist. It's like, I like to say it's like Rosie from the Jetsons. I don't know if y'all, everybody, I might be old, I don't know. But the Jetsons and Rosie was the personal house robot assistant for the Jetsons, and she did everything. It's kind of similar. Like, we just don't got a robot. Well, Elon does, but nobody wants to pay for it yet because we all kind of skeptical. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the future is here, guys. I don't know what to say. Like, we're here. Like, it's not going to be in 40 more years. We're here right now, and we have to take advantage, or at least, because like you said, they're trying to kick us out of the jobs. They're trying to, you know, that's what they assume. But people in this class, we're going to learn how to use it and implement it into our own stuff. So continue, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of music, like, it is just another tool. I know Jay Reed has said that, but also, like, a lot of people are getting really afraid of it, and I'll address those in a second. I have another slide about that. But at the end of the day, like, what is going to be the most important is the creative vision, and having that vision and knowing what you want and what you like and what sounds good, because you get to decide where to take it and how to change it, right? Like, you can take one of those songs that came out and then you can put it back in and tell it to change it again until you get something that you really, really want. And so a couple things that address like how it's relevant for music here. First of all, AI has already been in music. Autotune is actually the exact same technology, just applied to in a slightly different way, right? Instead of creating a whole song out of thin air, it's essentially creating a note out of thin air that you didn't sing based off of the note it thinks that you wanted to sing, right? And it's using the same pattern recognition technology that we just talked about here in Autotune. And when Autotune came out, people were freaking out. They're like, oh, like this isn't real singing, right? But now, years later, like, not only is it super common and everyone uses it pretty much, but there are actually like whole new styles that have come from it by people just turning the Autotune up really, really high. And the same thing will happen with AI, right? And so, second thing, current tools, we talked about Suno. I think Midjourney is one of the best for visuals. You can also use Gemini's like Nano Banana if you have a Gemini subscription. For like video, Runway ML is a good one. Which one did you use for your project?
So I use aivideo.com, which it's cool. I've heard of Higgsfield as well, but aivideo.com is very user friendly. I'm assuming all of them are. I just got put on Higgsfield, which I want to use, but because they using Sora. All these different Sora and Nano Bananas, they're like systems used inside these bigger platforms like Runway and like aivideo.com. You can literally choose which one you want to use inside the platform. Like, it's ridiculous, guys. I'm telling you. Like, okay, just for context, let me tell you how ridiculous the visual making is. I one of my buddies who he makes artwork. He's been doing artwork for a long time. Anything I do, like music wise for my artists, I go to him for my artwork, right? $100, whatever. Here. He DM'd me the other day after seeing my stuff, right? And said, stop using AI. I said, hell nah. Like, what? You go, what? Stop using it? No. I said, you know what? I'm not going to stop using it. You should use it because it's going to make what you do 10 times better. You're trying to be so, everybody want to be artistic, and that's great. But guess what? I'm going to be artistic too, but I'm going to still use the tools that's available to use. Meanwhile, he uses Suno to make faceless music.
Yeah.
So how are you going to tell me to stop using artwork because you want money to get your artwork, but you're going to use Suno to do what I need to do to get my money?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just like everybody wants to say, oh, it's going to take my job. It is. I'm sorry. You better learn how to use it. Because if you don't, it's going to take your job. It's too good. And it's getting better. Like, while we're talking, they're in there making different versions of the same thing. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting better. And they're not doing nothing to make it better. It's because we keep using it. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. My bad.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Well, so then, so Midjourney for visuals, and then there are plenty of like video ones out there. And I could also create at some point like a super list of the currently relevant ones, although it's always changing, right? Like 6 months from now, it could be a completely different tool. And then ChatGPT and Gemini are the ones that I would probably use for brainstorming. Creative writing, it used to be Claude that was the best, but they went the route of like coding, and I actually haven't used their newest models to know how good they are for creative writing. I would love to, but I just haven't had the time or money to subscribe to those yet. But it is something worth checking out. And then Perplexity is like really good for research because they've made their whole focus like making it factually accurate, and it can still have errors in there, but it tends to have less than the other ones do. And so if you're wanting to like really, really learn a topic, Perplexity is probably the best one to do for that. And it like ChatGPT and Gemini will give you sources, but Perplexity will give you better sources, so you can click it and like read the actual news articles. And a lot of people have used it to actually replace Google. And one thing that I didn't know, but Brayside actually told me the other day, and I've signed up for, is with a PayPal account, you actually get a year of Perplexity Pro for free. And you don't have to pay for like a PayPal Pro or anything like that. It's just by having any PayPal account at all. You just go in the PayPal app and you can get Perplexity Pro for free. So that's really, really powerful, and I would definitely take advantage of that. And then on the creative process side of things, I already mentioned this a little bit, but I think the best way to kind of do it is to really have that vision first. And then once you have the vision, generate lots of different options, right? Because we saw here, based off of what I was saying with the prompting, right? If you just give it a really, really basic prompt, if you just say C major song, you're going to get something that's a lot more closer to the average, and your stuff will start to sound like everyone else's. And right now, like the tools are powerful enough, and they're trained on enough like good music that at the start, everyone who uses AI is going to be at an advantage over everyone who doesn't use AI. But eventually, over time, even if it takes 5 years, 10 years, everyone will start using AI. And if everyone's using AI, then the simpler the prompts and the less that you iterate on it, the more that your stuff is just going to sound like everyone else's. And that's where like you see people on social media talking about like AI slop, right? Is they're just talking about people who go in, give it a really simple prompt, take the first thing that comes out, and then say that's good, and that's it, right? But if you go in and you generate like 10, 20 times even on the same prompt and select the best one, and then after that still take it out and edit it, chop it, pitch it, do whatever, and change it, your stuff is going to sound infinitely better than everyone else's. Everyone else who's just going in and giving it one prompt and taking what they get out of it. And that goes for everything. That goes for the writing side, right? Like sometimes I will give my prompt to like a text prompt, I'll give to ChatGPT and Gemini and even Grok or something else. And then I'll pick the best one. Or if I think one of them was good but missed something the other one gave, I would like copy the response from one and then paste it in the other one and say like, what do you think about this? And get them like talking to each other.
He just gave y'all a super sauce. I'm just telling y'all. He said he's mixing all of them together, y'all. So y'all better, I'm telling you, we not playing fair. We're not playing fair. He just said he using all three of them to come up with the prompt to see which ones got the best ones. And if one is missing, he's gonna take it, copy it. So he's combining ideas. Where do ideas start in your brain? So basically, you're putting ideas on a screen, letting a machine basically form your ideas into a better prompt to basically make it more detailed. And he's taking it all and he's putting it all together. He's making one great prompt. You do what I'm saying? So it's not about just thinking it. It's about projecting it exactly how you want it to be done. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, exactly. And so if you start seeing these AI programs rather than as programs, but almost as like employees or collaborators, then you can, right? Like if you think of a business meeting, you would put your idea out there, but then you would want to hear everyone else's thoughts on that idea. And that's essentially what you can do with AI now. And that actually leads directly into this skepticism thing, right? There are three major points that I think that most people are saying, or that I've heard most people say about AI. And I disagree with pretty much all of them. I understand why people are afraid of them, but these are kind of my thoughts as someone who works on AI and someone who makes their own art, right? So the first thing is they say like AI isn't creative, AI isn't real art, right? And the thing is that at the end of the day, you're still guiding the process. As long as you have a vision, you're guiding the process. But not only that, and this kind of leads into the second one, that it's trained on copyrighted data. Every artwork that's ever been made, pretty much, besides like the very, very first art ever, has been made based off of inspiration, based off of seeing what other people do and then taking it and changing it. And so the results that are coming out of the AI program are different from anything that's ever been made before, unless you tell it to literally copy, which we'll get to that in a second.
Right.
But like, it is something new. And if it's something new, that is technically creative, even though it's doing so based off of pattern recognition. But if you prompt it really, really well, and you focus on conveying your vision via text and via the audios that you upload to it, and saying like, hey, here's my uploaded audio. Now I want to tweak it in this way and change this thing. You're still the one in control. You're still the one giving it that creativity, and then it's just giving you the output based off of what you've told it to do, right? And Jalen will get into this, but the more detailed you go, the more specific that you get, the more that output will actually match what you heard in your head, right? But if you just give it something and you don't really tell it like what to do, it'll give you something, but that's where you will start to get more and more average results, right? So at the end of the day, yeah, it doesn't get to actually be creative itself, but you get to give it creativity. And it doesn't mean that the output that comes out at the end wasn't creative, because if you give enough creativity in the prompt, it's still creative at the other side. And then in terms of the copyrighted data thing, I kind of touched on this a little bit. Like, you're trained on your favorite artists, right? No different than AI is trained, right? You've heard all your favorite artists' songs, and now you're making something similar. And you can plagiarize, right? But we all learned, right, in school not to do that, and legally not to do that.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, like, you could do that and get in trouble for it. But you could also just make something inspired, and AI is doing the same thing. So it's not doing anything different, right? Like when people say, oh, it's so bad that it's trained on copyrighted data without consent, it's like, not really, because all humans are doing the same thing, right? And if we fast forward to the place where AI is like fully conscious like a human, 20, 30 years in the future, maybe less, maybe more, at that point, there will have to be conversations around like, okay, but they made something that we didn't make. And it's the same thing. It's doing the same process basically at the end of the day. So, and then the third one here, which is actually the main reason why I have Rick Rubin. I hope we all know him.
Yes.
If not, he's a producer that has like tons of platinum records, right? Tons of famous songs. But his thing is that he doesn't know any DAWs. He doesn't know any tools. He says this all the time. If you watch any of his videos, he's like, I don't know these tools. His thing is that he's a creative director. It's all about his taste. He knows what sounds good. And AI just lets everyone become like Rick Rubin, because rather than having to focus on the actual technical understanding of how to place keys in a DAW, right? It's more about what is it that I hear in my head or see in my mind, and how can I make that a reality? And so that brings me to this final point, that like, art is about expression and business is about speed. And AI just helps you express your ideas and your vision faster, allowing you to remain artistic while you become more productive and work at a faster pace and get those ideas out there quicker, which helps you earn money quicker.
I gotta use that. Art is about expression. Business is about speed. He's so right.
Yeah.
Hey, the faster we can make this money on, the faster, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, that's what it's about, man. That's dope.
Yeah, well, and if you think about it, a lot of the fear around AI, you kind of touched on this too when you were talking about your buddy who does like visual art,
Yeah.
a lot of the fear around AI is just fear around like value for effort. Like we want paid for our effort, and that makes sense. Everyone wants to be paid for their effort. But if you imagine, like, if everyone had infinite money, I don't think people would be mad that someone else is making a picture with AI. They'd be like, well, I like drawing it. And it's
Right.
okay if they use AI because they're making their art their own way. But when there's money involved, people are stressed because they're like, I put all this time into learning this tool, and now they can just make it by typing this thing in. But that's where the vision, the creative vision, is going to be the most important, because if you don't have creative vision, you're going to start having like the generic outputs that sound the same as everyone else's over time,
Right.
as more and more people start using AI. But if you have that creative vision, you'll still be able to create something unique.
Absolutely.
Now, again, I want to pause. Any questions, any thoughts?
Nah, man, this is an excellent display of like, this is like the basis of everything that we need to know about what we get into. Like you just put it in the great. I like it. Good job, sir. You said you
Thank
got
you.
another slide?
Yeah, I have a couple more. So
Okay.
now I do want to talk about some of the limitations of
Okay.
AI, because it is great. It's an awesome tool. It's speeding everything up. I honestly think it's the future. And if we go back to this, one thing is, everyone is scared about AI, right? But it's not going to slow down. And you've said this a couple times yourself, Jay Reed, but like, if you don't learn it, if you don't take advantage of it, someone else will, and it doesn't matter, right? Like, then you'll just be one of the ones at the end of the day complaining like, oh, this should have never happened. But you can complain about it, or you can learn it. You know what I mean?
It's just like the baby boomers when it comes to cell phones. Like, they
Yeah.
hate them. Like, but at the end of the day, now the cell phone is everything we use. It's like a pocket computer. So it's like, you have, like, don't be the baby boomers that don't like cell phones. That's all I got to say. Like, we're in that mode. Like, it's the technology with AI. Technology is gonna get 10 times faster, 100 times faster, because now we can let this do what it does over here while we do other stuff and create more stuff and come up with more ideas. This is just gonna do what we need to do. It's an automate. Like I say all the time, like, if I could automate my life, everything would be, I'd be on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what this is helping us do: automate our lives, our musical abilities, our business models when it comes to music. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's keep rolling. I don't want to, I know Jaylin got to keep,
Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention here, for people who still might be a little skeptical or scared or whatever, one example that I really like to give is, digitization has happened in plenty of industries before, right? And let's take like timekeeping watches, right? Now we all have super accurate, like literally infinitely more accurate than any watch in history, times on our phones. We have smartwatches that have those same times. But what has happened to the watchmaking industry since then? Yeah, a lot of like companies just died out and quit making watches. But now companies like Rolex, AP, they've just become almost more valuable as a result, and more famous, more status symbol type pieces,
right?
because that like human craft is still there. And the same thing will happen with music. Making human music is still going to be important.
Yes, sir.
And it's almost going to increase in value, not decrease.
Exactly.
And there will be the business benefits of automation and using the AI for all the business stuff, and using it to help tweak ideas and come up with things quicker. But then there will also, once it's all said and done, like and AI has taken over more and more stuff, people will value the human experience, the creative direction, the going on stage and performing and all of that stuff even more, because the competition will die out, right? Like people will turn to fully AI, and they won't keep the creative vision aspect of it, or they won't keep I'm going to take what this gave me and put it in FL and tweak it and change it aspect. So I like to use that as an example, just to say like, hey, I know it's scary and it feels like, oh my goodness, like could this take my job? And to some extent it will, but at the same time, the more that you can become a true craftsman, the more that like things will still stay valuable, right? But now if we go into the limitation section, because these tools aren't perfect, if you aren't careful, you can still get Sound AI to create, like Suno or Udio, to create a copyrighted sound, right? Like if you told it to make a guitar riff that was in the style of a specific artist, and it won't let you mention artists by name, but if you gave it like an exact chord progression, right, and you told it to do it at this exact BPM, like you could get really, really close. It is possible. And so you do just have to be a little bit careful there. And then with ChatGPT and Gemini and like the language ones, they are actually inaccurate a good amount of the time. They're getting better at it, and generally speaking, they're more accurate than like talking to another human, because humans make mistakes all the time and will just tell you something that's completely not true because they read it online, you know. But right. But they do still make a lot of mistakes, and so you want to be like double checking the results that you're getting and thinking, if it's a song, does this sound like something I've heard before? Does it sound too similar? Or if you're reading something, like, does this feel right? And maybe double check it with a couple sources, just to make sure that you're getting the right output, because they can make these mistakes. And that is essentially where my job is like getting them to make these mistakes and then trying to fix that aspect of it. And as someone who does this, I know all too well how many mistakes they can make. But that said, obviously they are great tools and they will just continue to get better, right? Like if you compare the accuracy levels, I don't know the actual numbers off the top of my head, but like the accuracy numbers of ChatGPT now versus when it came out in 2023, or might have been the end of 2022, but it's like substantially better, and that's just been 3 years, right? So it will just get better with that, but just keep that in mind. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about the future of AI and what that kind of looks like, because I think that we have had a ton of discussion about like what AI looks like right now. But I think going into the future, it's important to kind of have a jump start and know like, okay, what is this going to look like? And so what the future of AI looks like is it's actually called agents. I don't know if any of you have heard that before. But basically, right now, AI is like, hey, you go in to a specific tool and you give it a prompt and you tell it, this is what I want, and it's going to give you an output. But agents are even more like the employee approach, where you tell it to actually just go and do something for you, and it will do that. So you could tell it to like send someone a DM, or to get it to automatically send you a DM. People are already doing that. Or emails, or in the context of music, you could get it to like negotiate bookings for you automatically without you having to ever like be a part of the conversation. And or you could tell it to like, hey, just give me the final like presentation so that I can say okay or not okay to that. And then you didn't have to do any work there. Or you could get it to automatically like take your files as soon as they're exported and upload them to BeatStars for you. So you don't have to do any of that, and you don't have to like do any of the organization. Or you could get it to literally send files to people, or manage like releases via DistroKid, and get it to handle the complete marketing of the track. Like you could give it one track and tell it, come up with a unique marketing campaign for this and post every day at 10 a.m. and it would do all of that for you. And we're getting close to some of that, honestly. I'll give you guys a demo in a second. But yeah, and like management, it could schedule meetings, it could add things to your calendar based off of already existing gaps, and just do anything like that. So now, in terms of the demo, can you see this new webpage, or are you still seeing the presentation?
It's a presentation still.
Okay, I need to change the... And I think this is going to be the part that is going to be really cool.
Okay.
Because this is what's already possible.
All right, yeah, okay.
Okay. So now this is agents in kind of their current form, but it will show some of what is possible. And then before I run this, let me just double check that.
So you about to show us the agent?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I turn this on, then I say, go to my Google Drive and send the chaos master file to J.
Yeah, right. For real? Hold on, y'all.
Let's look at this. It might take a second. And I have a second one. So my hands are not touching the screen here. It might be in the wrong. It might be in the wrong account. It's in my. Oh no! It found it. Okay, so it didn't even. It's in the wrong account, but it still found it.
Are you serious?
But I'm not touching the screen here. And the power of this is like I can come here to another one and I can say go to Suno and generate me.
Shut up.
All right, /agent.
Oh,
Drake instrumental track, and let's check in on this one. So it's sending that. Generate me a Drake instrumental track like his AM series. Focus on or give a detailed prompt that focuses on sound selection and instrumentation.
You about to have me up all night, y'all.
And then don't mention Drake by name because it will reject the prompt. And then if we look here, okay, so it didn't quite send it. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't, because sometimes it wants like human confirmation just before it does something. Like it doesn't want to do something that you don't want.
Okay.
But like I could literally say here, give him a message about how the track is ready for vocals and hit send. And now it should come up with that, paste it in the message, and then send it to you.
Bro, that's incredible, bro.
There we go. So now you have that file. You can listen to it if you want or not. It's one that I am working on, but it's not one of my greatest ones.
Floored.
Well, if we come back here, like while we were doing that, this one's already in Suno, already given it a detailed prompt, and now it's creating it. And
y'all,
this one was working.
Hey, he just showed us something today, y'all, because I was not using it like that. I ain't gonna lie. He just did like 2 tasks in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, and you can give it lots of them. The only issue right now is because this is like the most advanced stage of AI, so to speak, at least in terms of like consumer AI.
Right.
It has like pretty, like, unless you're paying for like the highest like $200 tier of ChatGPT or whatever, the limits are pretty low on it. But this is what it looks like, and so here, now it's done. Let me change the screen share so you guys can actually hear it. Go. And we're gonna go here, share. Okay, let me know that if you can hear this.
Let's see. Yep. Wow.
Right, and it came up with the prompt itself. Like I didn't even have to give it a prompt. I just told it to go and make me a Drake instrumental track like his AM series. right? And the second one's prompt might be maybe not. But like, here's some of my test runs down here where I did effectively the same thing. Right? I feel like I could maybe hear Drake on this, you know?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Like you said, you take it and you pitch it up and you sample it and flip it and chop it up.
Yeah, exactly. And like here, like, look how detailed this prompt was that it came up with the other day. Mellow R&B, hip-hop, instrumental, atmospheric 808s, soft kick drums, warm analog synths, reverb-drenched piano chords, ambient pad textures, smooth melodic guitars, lo-fi haze, late night introspective vibe, emotional melancholic mood, spacious minimalist productions, and modern trap soul, Toronto OVO sound, local props, things, deep set bass, perfect wrapping up. Right, yeah, and I like. And that's the thing, is the same thing is true about the agents that's true about normal AI, which is that the more detailed you give it, the better it's going to get, right? If you think of it like a super literal employee where everything you tell them to do, they're going to do exactly that. That's what's happening here. And so the more detailed the instructions you give, the better you're going to get. And when you have the agents working for you, then you can just tell it, hey, do this for me, do this for me, do this for me, and then it will make it all. So that's more or less my presentation.
Yes, man. Y'all get this.
Any questions?
Y'all get this genius. The doggone hand clap, man. That was awesome, brother. I appreciate that. That was just like, if nobody knew what AI was, you broke it all the way down. And
very
that is
knowledgeable.
Like, you know what I'm saying? From an MIT graduate, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's a certification. My degree is in game design from the University of Utah, but the certification is from MIT.
So have you created any games with AI, or how you would have you?
No, because I've been so I graduated in 2022.
Okay.
And I haven't done most of the like game stuff since then, because the industry was really booming during COVID because everyone was inside, everyone was playing games. That's how they connected. Right. And so they hired a bunch of people. And then after COVID, which was like 2021, 2022, when I graduated, everyone went back outside, everyone went back to their normal lives, and the game industry kind of crashed. And so they were just like firing everybody. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to try and do something different so that I can actually earn some money and not put out 500 job applications and get no responses. But
you definitely snapped with that one, dog. I appreciate you going in with that, man. So
yeah, and I would love to hear Jaylyn.
Yeah, Jaylyn. Yeah, let's hear Jaylyn. Where you at? I know you know.
Look here, I ain't got no MIT. I went to Ashford University. Okay. I got my bachelor's, and that's it. I don't know what y'all talking about. I went to the School of Hard Knocks. I'm from the hood, so let me tell y'all how I get down.
Yes. So look, like, when did you start writing? Because that's an interesting, like obviously you were a good writer, a great writer. When did you start that?
My mom told me I started writing when I was 4 years old. My first thing I ever wrote was a letter to God, thanking him for my mom, and I did it in a poem way. So, I started writing at a very early age. So, the reason why I started writing is because I didn't have any older siblings. I had nobody to talk to, so I was like, when things that I didn't want to tell my mom because she had a husband that wasn't my father, I told to myself basically. Started journaling at a very young age, and it was all about keeping secrets. That's why I started writing. So,
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's a dope reason. So yeah, like, obviously, Suno is a great tool. How do you use it as far as music creation?
Well, I'm like everybody else who's traditional. It's just that I can't sing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to. You know what I'm saying? Then I hit puberty, and my whole voice changed. So, I was in show choir. I was in you know you know homecoming and all that stuff, choir and all that type of stuff. I used to sing. I'm telling you, I was a first tenor.
Hmm.
I hit 14 and I'm like, I don't even know what I am no more. I was
Your
all over the
voice
place.
completely changed.
Voice
That's crazy.
completely changed.
That's what's up.
So I had to start practicing talking in a higher voice because people couldn't understand me because my natural voice is so low because my grandfather. So this is a practice voice. This is not my real voice.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
yeah. So anyway, when it comes to Suno and how I start writing, I write just like everybody else do. Like I hear a melody in my head and I start singing and start humming it or whatever. And then I turn on Suno or whatever, and that first creator button, it has a sliding little prompt thing on it. So like it's a toggle on there. So when you toggle it to audio, you hit that record button. You start, humming up to like 8 minutes or something, and
Mm,
from there, even if you do have words, whether you do have words or not, from there you can either save it for later or you can actually work on it and create it or cover that audio that you record. If you look into the
mm,
prompts, it will tell you what style that you have prompted into the program,
right.
right? So if you don't like those prompts or the direction it might take you or whatever, you can probably try to generate and see which way it'll take you or whatever. And if you don't like that sound, you need to look into the prompts and see what you don't like about it, right? So from there, what you do is you think of a song that you know has that one intricate sound that you're looking for. So
Mm.
like let's say you're a fan of the song called Chun Li by Nicki Minaj by some great producer that you guys might know by the name of Jay Reed, right?
I like how you
Where do
did
you
that.
go? You use AI with AI, just like Lincoln was saying. He hit it on the head. He told y'all my secret sauce without y'all even realizing it. What he
Mm,
says is, you go. I use Gemini. Uh, Jay Reed's a big proponent of Chat GPT, but
mm-hmm.
you go to Chat GPT or Gemini and you say, break down the musical composition of Chun Li by Nicki Minaj, produced by Jay Reed. They'll give you a whole entire breakdown. And then you say right after that, the next task that you give it is to prompt this for Suno. So you prompt it for Suno. You specifically tell it to prompt it for Suno, and it gives you what makes those sounds. So you go through and then you pull out those certain prompts in order for Suno to understand what that sound is that you're looking for. And you take some of those and you plug it into what you're working on, and that's how you redirect your song to something, or pull it to a certain direction, or center it, or whatever you want to call it, or give it a theme for it to work around. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? Say like you
right.
only like those synths that Jay Reed used, but in like a Luther Vandross song, you liked his tone. So you look up what tone Luther Vandross used if this world were mine. You see what I'm saying? Like you have to know what you're looking for, and then you can put those elements together in order to make your unique sound. So it's all about breaking down the musical composition of what you're looking for and using those specific prompts to help guide your song in the direction that you had envisioned it from the very beginning when you got that melody in your head, or that saying those lyrics, those four words, the four bars that you had that you just can't
Right.
let go, stuff like that. So
And
that's
to
how you
me,
do it.
like you, and like my bad, I ain't mean to cut you off, but to me, it actually makes you get more creative because you don't have to sit and think so long, and you like, for a musician to be that creative, you have to know your music, right? You have to know, like, oh, I have to press this key. I know my, what we were talking about, music theory, where you can, oh, I know how these chords stack up against each other. I know this progression is like this.
Right.
That it takes years and years to get that understanding in the fluid way where you can create whatever you want to create, right? Like it took me years, but seeing something like this do it in 20 seconds is like mind blowing, and it's like it has to be taken advantage of. And like I said, Jalen, he makes excellent songs. He makes great songs with Suno alone. So obviously, he, like you said, he mixes stuff up. He make it exactly what he wants. Like, I do that too. Is like I go to I like Ludacris song, and I say I like the snare. Or I like this, like and then you go in and say I need something like this, or you get it to break it down, like he said. So, like, that's really what we finna do. Like, this is finna be part of our next assignment for this week coming up. Like I said, man, y'all explained it beautifully. Like, what you have to do to be able to use it, and to know that in the future it's just gonna get even better, y'all. Like, they fast with it. So this week, what I want you guys to do, this is the assignment. You might have to write it down, because I definitely want y'all to do it. First, I want you guys to create an entire song with at least a verse and a hook with just Suno, right? First.
Y'all better step y'all game up, because this is where I live.
I done got one of my songs already done.
Okay,
while we was talking.
I'm saying while we was talking, see what I'm saying? Like them old songs in your phone, and you like, oh, I never recorded this. Drop it in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first assignment. Do a whole entire song in Suno. Like I said, it's free if you sign up. You don't have to pay nothing. They give you 50 credits to try it out. The second one, if you make beats, I want you to create a soul sample or some kind of sample that's, I would say, a soul, like a 70s Motown or like a 80s sample. Create the sample on Suno, no pre-audio. You create the sample on Suno just like you would a splice, and then make a beat from the sample. Okay? Like, literally, like if I had like he said, Luther Vandross record, and I sampled it, and I took the audio and I broke it down, and I made a new beat out of it. That's what I want to happen. So there's two things. Create a song, which TJ just did while we was having this whole discussion, which that's how easy it is. You just have to, I want you to use your brain and use your creativity, come up with some words. They don't got to be the best words in the world. I just want you guys to use it, right? Second would be create a soul sample or some kind of nostalgic sound sample, like before 80s, and sample it in your DAW, your FL, your Logic, whatever you use, and make an entire new beat out of it. All right. It's very easy to do. We just gave those instructions. How to use it on here. You could go to YouTube. Everybody shows you how to use it right now. So this is just exclusive to, obviously this class. So I'm gonna try to upload these videos. It's so much. Like, I be on here, I be like literally getting up and seeing about my household. So I don't just upload it as soon as I get off, but definitely I have this one up here so people can see for Friday that's what's like this the next assignment. So
can I ask something real quick, sir?
Yes, you can.
Professor Chevi.
Yes.
So for those of y'all who are using the free Suno, you won't be able to download it to turn in your assignment. So if you have it on your phone, the easiest way to get it to Chevi is to screen record it, then send it that way. If you don't have the paid version.
Okay, so you can't download it if you
don't pay, you can't download.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Okay. So my suggestion is spend $10 and do it, because I really want y'all to use it. So yeah, I would say just sign. You can literally, as soon as you sign up, you can just cancel your subscription just so you can use it for this month, because I really want y'all to use it. I'm not even gonna lie. But if you don't want to pay for it, do what he said. Use it, and then screen record it, and you'll have the song, and then you can still email the video or whatever. So
yeah.
Like I said, any more questions? Yeah. Yes.
I would just go slow for the class.
Okay, your phone. You say it again. Your phone broke up.
I would like to submit Go Slow for the assignment.
Okay, you can. I'll let you do
Hey,
that.
Chef,
What up?
can I
Hey,
can I
I'm
play a little
T.
snippet
Go
of
ahead.
what I made while we was having a discussion?
Sure.
All right.
What you going? Okay, yeah, bet. Whew. Crazy. I love that. Well, TJ halfway done with the assignment. So, yeah, man. Let's be creative, man. Let's get very creative with this stuff. Like, go as far as you want to. Like, don't just be in a box either. Like, if you do just regular trap music and you say, I want to, I want to do pop music. I want to do country. I want to do Indian. I want to do Chinese. I want to do Mandarin. Please be creative. This is why I'm doing this. I want you to be creative. Use your kid-like imagination and go as far away from normal as you can, please, with this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Make
I'm
something
ready.
different. And I know, I hear you. And so, like you
I
said,
just wrote all that off the dome. All of that
it,
came off the dome, out the pen.
and like you said, when you a writer and you could create that fast, and you can say, you know what, take him off, let me use the beat, and I can do exactly what he just did because you wrote it. So now you
True.
taking the place of the AI, you becoming the performer. Just a little tip: I use AI on almost all the songs on my album, and you guys wouldn't know unless I told you. So the majority of the samples and stuff that I use and the voices and stuff, it be AI, bro. Like, I can speak in this and use 11 labs and change the voice to match something else. Like, it's beyond, crazy. So yes, I'm not gonna go back into that conversation. An hour and a half long class of nothing but AI talk. How y'all love that? That was amazing. I appreciate y'all,
That
man.
was dope. I'm ready to get more creative with AI. Like, it's
Yeah.
not even scaring me to push my creativity with AI for real.
Yeah. So
I think if you want to say something, you can. But I also have something. I just think like you were talking about how it took you years to like learn some of the stuff that AI is doing now. But like, if we look back on it, everyone starts out when they're a kid with imagination, with creativity in their mind. But the thing is that all that a DAW is, or all that music theory is, or all these things we learn is just the language by which we express that creativity. The creativity is still there, even if you don't know how to use FL, or even if you don't know music theory, it's still in your mind, and AI is just helping you get that out of your mind. So even if there's people online saying, hey, it's not creative, or you're not creative by using it, that's not true. They're just scared of what it means for everyone else to be able to do that. But the thing is even if you look at the biggest songs, right, the biggest pop songs, those people have either people writing for them because they know how to do the vocal melodies, or they have someone top lining the vocal melodies while they do the writing. They're not doing it all themselves, even if it seems like it. The biggest artists have teams of people in there. So AI is just your team, and it's just democratizing the ability for you to share your creativity with the world.
And hey, he just elaborated on that so well. Like, come on, man. That is really what it's doing. So like you said, and I like to say a lot of times, like, the people who got the most to say haven't even probably used it because they're so scared of it. And like you said, if you're scared, I understand, but it's not going nowhere. So you might as well just get used to it and make it your friend. Like I'm saying, can't beat them. You might as well join them. And this joining is gonna make you like it's not like I said, it's the gatekeeper breaker. Literally, nobody will be able to keep secrets from you. Nobody will ever be able to tell you you can't learn this. You don't need to learn this. Whatever you want to do, I call it the manifestation tool because anything in my mind, I could type and it's gonna come true and it's gonna happen. And I can go sample it and I can go turn into whatever I want to without the whole, like I said, if you look at those animations I did, it would have took tens of thousands of dollars, months to complete because I would have had to get checked. I would have had to get revisions, multiple character revisions, you know what I'm saying, scene revisions. Come on, that would have took months. I did those videos in like 2 weeks, and I spent under $100. You see what I'm saying? So the power of AI is helping us express our creativity at another level. And I think, like I said, ending it off like this, we need to keep using it. So thank y'all again for pulling up. This was an amazing class today. I mean, this one's gonna be one for the books. On Wednesday, I think I'm planning something, but I just gotta confirm again with my guy if we're gonna pull up. If not, then I might just skip Wednesday and let's go straight to Friday. Y'all have enough time to work on these amazing beats and these amazing songs that y'all finna come up with. Like I said, I just want you to write. I want you to either you gonna feed it your audio or not. You don't have to, but I want you to use the tool the best you can and just take advantage of it. All right. Everybody, I thank y'all, man. Let's end it off. I appreciate y'all coming in. Y'all have a great night.